Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nuh, Akhi Nuh. I am your brother, not your mother. So, today we're going to speak about games, and it's coming from a professional gamer. Okay, you can trust me. I'm not some kind of Islamic knowledgeable sheikh. I'm just Akhi Nuh. I'm a gamer myself, even though I haven't been playing too many games these days, and we'll get into the reasons why later on in this video. But brother, Grandmaster in Overwatch, don't want to say too much. Diamond and Valorant would have been higher, but I stopped playing. Brawlhalla Diamonds, like the ranks are there, brother. The ranks are there. I'm a gamer, okay, so you can take my advice here, okay. But I'm a Muslim gamer, and the priority here is Muslim gamer. I'm not a gamer that's a Muslim. I'm a Muslim that might be playing games. Muslim is always the priority, and it should be your priority when you're playing games. What does that mean? We're going to get into the games that are haram, halal, that are halal, that might be haram, depending on what you're doing. I want to get into a very quick tip when you're playing games. It's just something that will just instantly you'll improve it. It's not something that you have to work on. It's just boom, a flip of a switch. And that is music. Now, almost no Muslim that I know that actually plays games turns off the music in the game. And when I did it at first, it felt weird because you've always been playing games with music, and it's really weird to have play games silently. You can have sound effects, but you can't have the music. And pretty much every game has music. Every game has music, but it also has the ability to turn off that music. So that's the very first thing. You should turn off the music with whatever game that you're playing because music is haram. You know that music is haram. We're not gonna get into this debate right now. That's another video, but you know it. Sahih Bukhari 5590. If my memory is good, that is the reference 5590, where you can see that musical instruments are haram. But don't quote me on that. You should do your own research. I think it's 5590, but I don't know. So, music is haram. That is the very first thing. So, you shouldn't be listening to music while you're playing games. Another very big thing when you are playing games, because even if you're playing a game that is halal, the moment that you're listening to music within that game, it becomes haram because music is haram. So now the whole game is haram because that game is leading you to that music. You get me? Another thing is graphical scenes, things that you shouldn't be watching as a Muslim. We forget that just because it's animated or just because it's not real, that we shouldn't lower our gaze. Like Muslims are making comments, oh my god, look at this from this game, from this and this and this. Astaghfirullah, this is haram. It's 100% haram. We shouldn't be looking at women in real life. And if you're a woman, you shouldn't be looking at men in real life. You should always lower your gaze. But the same goes for when you're playing a game. You should be lowering your gaze for the game characters as well. Makes sense, right? If you don't do it, haram, and you're getting minus points. That's not what we want. So try to avoid it. So number one, turn off the music. Number two, lower your gaze. It's important. Number three, the speech that you are using while gaming. Think about it. Is it a good speech? Is it speech that you can be proud of? Maybe there's nothing, and then it's okay. But a lot of you might be cursing while playing games. Cursing with the friends, cursing by yourself. You die. Fa! She! The curse word starts coming out. You start getting frustrated and angry. That's number four. These emotions start building up, and I had this myself. Maybe one of the reasons why I also had to like lower the games a bit. I think I'm pretty calm. I'm very calm when I'm gaming. I have a very good mental when I'm gaming. But sometimes you might get frustrated. Even though I might be still calm on the outside, I'm starting to get angry and frustrated. So then you need to think, why am I even playing this game? I'm playing the game and I'm getting angry. Do I have nothing better to do? Do I have nothing better to do than playing a game just to get angry? Subhanallah. Subhanallah. So if that is the case, if you notice yourself getting angry, most definitely you should be hopping off the game and go pray 2 rakat, go read some Quran, go memorize the Quran, read some hadith, do something, but don't keep playing the game, especially not when you're mad. But going back to the point of cursing, you shouldn't be cursing not when something is bad's happening, not when something good is happening. You shouldn't be cursing when you're by yourself. You shouldn't be cursing with other friends. Going to the fifth point, which is friends. The friends that you are playing games with are a big influence on you, And on the whole situation, if it's going to be like halal or haram, because if you're going to be playing with friends that are like kafir friends and they don't remind you of Islam at all, and the more that you hang out with them, the more you want to do stuff like them, the more you want to maybe indulge in intoxicants, or you want to go to parties, or you want to listen to the music, which is haram. All of these things are haram. So if you're playing games and those games are connected with a set of friends and those friends are dragging you away from Islam, you shouldn't be playing games at all. Now, if you are playing games with good Muslim friends and those Muslim friends are actually reminding you of Islam and you're talking about Islam and you're having a good time together, this is different. I might actually even encourage it to sometimes just have fun. Not all the time, but sometimes go have fun with some Muslim friends. Talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, talk about the Quran, start reciting to each other. Do these things, but I don't see a lot of Muslims doing this. And I say a lot of being humble. I don't see any Muslims doing this. They always do the other way. So it is quite important that you have to see how you're actually going to do it instead of just playing the game. Doesn't care with who I'm playing. I don't care what I'm listening to. I don't care what I'm watching. You gotta be mindful because I don't see a big problem in playing games. Maybe other Islamic characters will say there's a big problem with games. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's a big problems with relaxing and playing a game now and then, but I do think that all of these conditions that I'm saying are quite important. You shouldn't be listening to music, you shouldn't be cursing. The friends that you're hanging out with are a huge influence, so try to make them good friends or play it by yourself. But it's much more fun to play with friends, I agree. And it's also much more better for your deen if you're playing with Muslim friends than just playing by yourself, right? That makes sense. Now, do I want to go over something? Yeah, two more things because I wrote these points down. So, two more points. Number one is the time that you spend playing the game should be in balance with the rest of your life. If you're going to school with your studies, if you're going to work with your work, and also with your Islamic life. Balance dunya and akhirah, right? There needs to be this balance in between them. If you're going to school the whole day, so like you spend 8 to 9 hours on school or on the job, and then you come home and then the whole day you're just going to be playing games, and then the next day you just go to school and then play games again, that is a very bad routine. And at that point I would really strongly recommend to stop playing these games because it's taking control of your life. It should only just be a little part of the day. It doesn't even have to be every day. It could be every day if it's just like a little bit, but you shouldn't be exaggerating playing hours and hours and hours every single day just to waste your time. But you don't read the Quran, you don't recite, you don't do any extra prayers. Maybe you even get in problems with the prayers, which is a very important point that I want to speak about actually in full at length, but we'll speak about it just shortly. Wasting time is very dangerous because time is everything. If someone offers you $1 billion right now, but you only have a week to live, you're never going to accept that $1 billion. You want to be able to live. Your time is worth way more than any money. This time is the only resource that will get us directly into Jannah or directly into Jahannam. It's the most important resource. Of course, we have money and things like that. We can do charity, but everything comes from our time. Without time, we're not going to be able to do anything. So you have to be very careful because there's going to become a point in your life, especially if you've been wasting time for so long that you're like, damn, I wish I didn't waste so much time. I wish I played less games. I wish I studied more Quran. I wish I had better friends. I wish this. I wish that. I wish boom. I wish splash. I wish tomato, tomato. We're going to be wishing all of these things. So instead of wishing them in 10 years from now, start wishing them right now and already live a better life. Again, I'm not hating on games. I'm a gamer myself. I'm not playing all too many games these days. Why? Because number one, it could make me frustrated, even though I'm pretty good right now. Number two, honestly, I don't have a lot of time for them. Even just to create these videos, I'm really just trying to do my work at my night job right now. I'm trying to come back from work. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to make sure I eat. I'm trying to clean a little bit. I'm trying to work on my own stuff, on my videos. I don't have a lot of time for games anymore. But once I do have time, I will play games. You can be sure of that. I'll be studying Islam. I'll be playing some games. It's okay. It's okay. It's fun. But games should never take control of your life. And a very big thing, again, going back to the first thing I said in this video, we are Muslim gamers. We're not gamers that are Muslim. What does that mean? That means that we prioritize Islam over the games. If it's time to pray in 10 minutes, don't start another game. It's time to pray in 10 minutes. Also, do not fall for group pressure. This is a big point. I should have said it earlier in the video. It's 10 minutes and so many gamers won't even make it till here. This is a big point. Wallahi, do not fall for group pressure. Because I have felt this so many times myself. back in the days where I was playing a lot more, when you're playing, it might be time for Maghrib, it's time for Isha, but you're like, I'll pray it later. I'll pray it after a game. And oh, you want to pray? You're in a five stack. Maybe you're playing Valorant or something or League. What? I didn't even mention League. I'm pretty damn good at League as well. But okay, maybe you're playing one of these games. You're in a five stack, or you're with a duo, or someone is waiting for you, and then you're like, oh, he's waiting for me. I just want to pray. Go fast. Allah Akbar, Bismillah. No, 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 no. That is not how you do it. If you're playing games and then it's time to pray, know that it's time to pray. Put an alarm clock before. Have like an app like Muslim Pro so you get reminded 15 minutes before, 30 minutes before the prayer is going to come. So you're alarmed and you're like, okay, I can't start another game of 30, 40 minutes potentially because I have to pray in 10 minutes. So I'm not going to pray right now. It's okay, relax. Read some Quran, prepare yourself, go and do your wudu, do some sunnah prayers. It's okay. You can spend some time in Islam as well. You don't only have to play games. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You're not gonna die. It's okay. So go and do your prayer. Do your prayer on time. Do your prayer with sincerity. Do your prayer with khushu. And if you've done that prayer nicely and calmly, not fast and in a rush, nicely and calmly, then you can go back to your friends. Then you can go back to playing the games. It's okay. That's okay. Just make sure that you do your prayer and make sure you do it on time. It is pray over play, not play over pray. You get that? Okay. And then the last point, right? We just talked about wasting time. You shouldn't be wasting all of your time because it's a lot of potential that goes to waste. The last point is Islam. We talked about it all throughout this video a little bit. You should be reading Quran. You should be doing your prayers. You should be hanging out with good people. You should be going to the mosque. It should be a bare minimum. If you, like, for example, say you play 2 hours, 3 hours of video games a day, but you don't read any Quran, you don't ever try to memorize the Quran, you don't try to learn about our deen, then I say stop playing games, man, because you're wasting your time. At least if you're reading Quran every day and you're maybe even doing Sunnah prayers and you're praying on time and you have all of these things on lock and you're doing very well with those, then okay, go ahead, play some games, it's okay. If you don't want to do something else with your life, like study something else, like a hobby, like you shouldn't waste too much time on games either way, but it's fine. It's completely fine. You live your life as long as you do your basics good and well. You pray your five daily prayers, you pray them on time, you pray them with sincerity, you do that well. Then I have no problem if you spend the rest of your day in gaming. I don't care. As long as you got that Islam on lock, it's very important. But the moment that these games are interfering with your Islam, with your prayers, with your Quran, with any of those things, then it becomes a very huge problem. And in my eyes, I think it's haram. But hey, I'm not a scholar. I'm just your brother. That's it. So thank you very much for watching this video all the way until the end. I appreciate it very much. Hopefully, if you're a Muslim gamer, you got a lesson or two out of this because I needed this video for myself. If I had this video a couple of years ago, that would have been nice. That would have been nice because I wasn't following all of these tips that I'm giving you right now. But alhamdulillah, now I am, and hopefully you will too. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.